Okay, part 6 of the 64 F100 truck project. Built a little chassis jig out of some scrap steel I had laying around the yard. Basically, yeah, that's a fairly thick wall 6x6 channel, and what I've done is I've dragged the truck chassis up on that. The chassis level, the chassis table is true to 0, and basically this is a quick knock up, but anyway, it's yeah, welded that up. Not pretty, but it's level, and what that leads to is making the independent rear end fit better into the chassis. I've spoken to the engineer, and he's given me the green light to reprofile the chassis. He tells me it's all right to go up, but you can't go in with the chassis. So no narrowing of the chassis, but to reprofile the chassis is okay. So what's going to happen now is that basically that cardboard piece represents something that may be the final outcome of what the new chassis profile is. Now that'll make clearance for the top arms, which inversely drops the chassis down another 4 inches. Happy days, and so that's where we are at the moment. This is just a quick update. I need to tie the chassis into the jig, true it up to 0, and what I'll do is I'll put I'll weld some short stands from the chassis jig to the chassis rail, tie it all up so it won't move, and then that gives me a chance to chop a section out over the so I can reprofile and keep the chassis all straight and true. So that's where it is at the moment. It travels. Let's see if I can do this. It travels forward just short of the front. Let's see if I can get this thing under here. It travels forward just short of the original front spring hangers. I don't know, it might be a bit dark, but anyway, so that's where it is. I've drilled a couple of holes where those rivets go through the chassis there for the cross member. I've drilled a few holes, and that indexes into the top of the rail, both sides. I've set this up with a laser, so it is true at the moment. But what I'll do is I will tie this frame to the chassis rails, and I'll make up a plan and start reprofiling. So yeah, that's where we are today. Well, that's where the end today ends. But yeah, so that's basically a 4-inch section of rail. So that'll be the bottom of the rail. The rail will go over the top. I don't know if that's the shape I'm going to use, but that was just a 30-second cutout of cardboard just to get an idea of where the chassis is going to run. We'll protrude up into the bed a little bit, but ultimately most of the bed floor will be original height. That's the plan. If I can keep it that way, that'd be fantastic. And so that's where we're going at the moment. Engineer says had a good talk with the engineer, and he's happy with the plan to do this and everything else. So onwards and upwards. So part 7, I'll have the chassis tied down to the chassis jig, and I'll probably have a better idea of the reprofiled sections will go in. So that'll do for part 6 for now. Not much else happening. Just maybe I bought a new toy on Gumtree. I'll just quick look at this. Yeah, bought a John Hine Gillo. $80 on Gumtree. Happy days. Motor works. Got to rewire it to 240. Adjust it and stuff like that. Did a cheap ass wheels under it and stuff like that, just to get it around, because this thing would have to weigh. They'd probably have to weigh 350k or something like that. It's heavy. So anyway, so yeah, so we when it comes panel time, cutting panel steel and all the rest of it, electric Gillo for $80. Happy days. Good on your Gumtree. Anyway, so there it is, part 6. Continuing on. Ciao.